I'm on a mission to try every restaurant in Edmonton.
Today we're trying Felicità pasta.
For our appetizer, we had the Pomodoro Caprese for $11. The first interesting thing is that this salad came out on a warm plate. Not really sure why. I mean, for hot dishes, it makes a lot of sense. For salads, generally, probably shouldn't. To me, it didn't really affect anything, and it's not like it was scalding hot and it started cooking everything, so that's fine. I just thought it was interesting. This was like, okay. I wish they used fresh basil, more cheese, and also just more pesto, because the pesto flavor wasn't coming through for me, really. But at the same time, this is only $11, and I did like the addition of olives. So overall, I thought it was okay. Also, I know in this picture, the portion size looks very tiny, but honestly, it was a pretty big plate, and I thought portion size was totally fine. First pasta we tried was the carne misto for $17.69. So for the pastas here, you get to choose what kind of pasta you want to use, and for this one, I actually substituted the house-made fresh fettuccine, which did cost an extra $2. Next, I want to talk about the focaccia that comes with all the pastas. So I think they did a pretty good job here. The focaccia was toasted to order and the entire piece of bread was hot throughout. It was crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, and it's really hard to complain about soft bread. So I think the focaccia was pretty great and definitely improved the dish. It was also really nice to use it to dip into the sauces once you finish the pasta. Now for this pasta, I thought they did a really great job with their garlic tomato cream sauce. It was seasoned very well, very flavorful, and very tasty. The fresh fettuccine was very tasty and had a really great texture as well. And also, I was pretty impressed with how generous they were with the meat. I would say in this pasta, and I should have took more pictures, but I would say about 30% might have been meat, which is pretty solid. I will say though, it was mostly sausage and meatball. They were definitely a lot lighter on the brisket. Overall, I really enjoyed this dish. It's kind of like a meat lover's pasta, and I would give it like a 7.5. I just want to add that the cook on the fettuccine was great. It was springy and had a really good texture, but definitely was not undercooked. Next, we had the mushroom ravioli for $16.50. Once again, I think they did a really good job with the sauce. This mushroom cream sauce was flavorful, very mushroom forward, and just overall really nicely seasoned. The ravioli also had a great mushroom forward flavor, and overall, if you like mushrooms, you're gonna like this dish. Portion size for this one was definitely the smallest of all the entrees we had, but at the end of the day, I feel like that's always the case with ravioli. I do wish they used a wider variety of mushrooms, but this still tasted great, and I would give it like a 6.8. The next thing we had was the carbonara for $16.50. This one was puzzling because this was unlike any carbonara I've ever had. The egg flavor wasn't really coming through, and as you can see there, the sauce is super loose. If you're looking for a traditional carbonara, you need to stay far, far away from this one because it is nothing like that. However, I will say the sauce was well seasoned, the noodles were cooked to al dente, very nice, so overall, it still tasted decent. My food scores are never based on authenticity. They're solely based on how good something tastes. And for this one, I'd still give it a 6. The last entree we had was their saffron risotto for $17.69. I think overall, this dish came together really nicely. The figs, prosciutto, goat cheese really did complement everything, and it was really nice when you got a bite of everything together. The risotto also had a really solid cook. It wasn't runny, and they didn't take it too far either, and the seasoning was pretty nice. However, I will say the saffron flavor is basically non-existent. I would give this one like a 6.8. Finally, for dessert, we had what's listed on their menu as the mango panna cotta for $7. This one was also kind of weird because I'm not sure why there's a cookie stick and there's these mini marshmallows on here. The other thing is the closer half here, you can see the mangoes, and then on the other side of the whipped cream, it's kind of hard to tell, but it was a berry compote. Let's start with the good. The panna cotta base was good. It was silky, smooth, and the right level of sweetness. Next, the whipped cream with the berry compote that you can't really see in this picture was also really nice. There were fresh blueberries, which was nice. Now for the not so good. These marshmallows and this cookie stick shouldn't be on this panna cotta at all. It actively makes it kind of worse and look cheap. I don't know why they're there. This mango stack here was also not very good. It had the consistency of sweet potato, and also it was kind of like something that was cooked down with various other ingredients, and the end result was, to me, something that just didn't taste very pleasant. Overall, if I was just rating the panna cotta, whipped cream, blueberries, and berry compote, I probably would have gave this like a 7. But as a dish as a whole, unfortunately, it is like a 3.
Food score time.
So for overall food score, I would give them a 6.5 if we ignore the dessert. With the dessert, it'll drag them down to something like 5.7, 5.8. But to be completely honest with you, keep in mind, my food score 5 is average. I think all the pastas were at least pretty good. And the carne misto was like, I really liked it. Gave it a 7.5. So I guess keep all that in mind. But yeah, overall food score, I guess we'll say 5.7 with an asterisk, 6.5 if you ignore the dessert.
Okay, now for the service. Overall, I thought the service here was good. The waitress was very polite and really quick and snappy with everything that she had to go get or do. The food came out within a reasonable amount of time. And overall, there weren't any hiccups. There was one weird thing. I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. So the food came out in a very reasonable amount of time for pasta. Like I would say like definitely we didn't feel like we were waiting long at all. But when the pastas came out, what seemed like the owner came out from the back and said she apologized for our long wait. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. I don't know why she did that. And then on top of that, she asked us if we wanted a free dessert, which is crazy because that came right off the back of the video I did at Menya Mori where they did that for me. I just want to be completely transparent and let you know that this action, I'm going to omit it from my score because we weren't even waiting long. And she came out and told us sorry for the wait and comped a dessert. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'm going to omit that because it's a little too suspicious.
You guys saw my rating on that dessert. Like free or not, it's on their menu. I got to rate it so you guys can get the honest truth. The other thing is I hope this makes it clear that in the future, if a restaurant wants to comp my meal or do whatever it is to get me out to eat there, I'm happy to accept it with the understanding from both parties that I am going to say whatever the hell I want. You will never stop me from saying what I want. So, of course, it is possible that she didn't see my videos and she really thought the wait was too long for some reason. And she did comp the dessert, in which case that's really nice of her. But the wait wasn't too long at all. So I really don't think that's the case.
But at any rate, overall, the service was good, though. I mean, regardless of that whole scenario, they get a 6.5. It was solid service. Nothing really went wrong. And yeah, no idea why the other thing happened, but it happened. And finally, for bang for your buck. So this is where this place shines.
All the entrees we had were $16 to $20, and honestly, they could easily compete with other Italian restaurants, charging $10 more per entree. They were all really solid. Carne misto was actually I liked it a lot. So yeah, they're gonna get an overall bang for your buck score of 7.8 if we ignore the dessert. Let's ignore the dessert. If we include the dessert, let's call it a 7.5, but I'm really hoping that they can fix that, and I would recommend this place. Just don't get the dessert. That simple.
So if you're looking for a place where you get good pasta for definitely lower than average Italian restaurant prices, I would check this place out.